Spotlight Veteran-Owned Small Businesses, the first episode. Today we have Elizabeth Calderon and her coffee business, MAGIA Coffee. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
How you
Jimmy.
doing
Thank you
today?
so much for having me. I'm good. A little nervous, but I'm good.
Good, good. Well, I'm glad, and we just want to spotlight and support veteran-owned small businesses and tell people, kind of like how you got started, and tell us about your business and how people can order some of your great coffee. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yes. So I started the business back in 2020, and it was during when the whole COVID thing happened. So it was everything. I love coffee. I have to have my coffee, and so everything was shut down. And I got frustrated because I was resorting to having to go to the gas stations to get coffee. And then I just didn't really like making coffee at home. And I'm like, well, I can start saving money if I make coffee at home. But then the selection was just like, And so I'm like, well, I kind of had a little background on, businesses and how to source and how to graphic design and websites and all that stuff. So I was like, you know what, I can do this myself. And so I did. So that's how it came
Okay,
about.
cool, cool.
Yeah. But
Okay.
behind it though,
So,
so like behind it, it was
how did you come up with the name?
well the name my husband. So we both
Okay,
were wanting to start businesses and just to have something for that's ours and that represented ourselves and represented our community and our upbringing and stuff. And so like, well, I want it to be relatable to how I grew up and and I'm very into like majestic type of stuff and energy and things like that. So he's like, well, what about magic? And I'm like, I don't want to call it magic coffee, So he's like, well, what about magia, like in Spanish, like magic in Spanish? I'm like,
okay.
okay, let's do that.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
so that's how it
awesome.
came about.
Awesome, awesome teamwork.
Yes.
Teamwork. That's how. And so your coffee, or where can everybody get your coffee from?
So we're based online right now, but I'm out in South Carolina, and so it's mahiacoffee.com. And so, but yeah, we're an online store.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. And some of the flavors, different flavors, or different uh, brands, cups you have and stuff.
Yeah, so we mainly do 12-ounce bags, and then we also have single serve packets, which are 2 ounce, and then in some K cups. So, and then, but our flavors,
Okay,
so it's mainly like flavored coffee. However, we are starting to branch out to do single origin, you know, different blends. So, yeah. And we have a new flavor coming
okay,
soon. So,
okay,
yeah.
cool. Well, I know you're still serving, but you're veteran-owned, woman-owned, Latino-owned small business. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from?
So I'm from California. I grew up there pretty much my whole life. And once I graduated high school, I think I took about a year before I entered in the military. Um, and, but I have 2 kids, I'm married, and we're here in South Carolina now. So,
Okay. So, why did you join the
oh
army?
goodness.
That's that big question that everybody want to know.
So for me, so I had a plan when I left high school. It was like, okay, well, let me study design. And, I tried to go to college and I kind of fell into that whole party scene. And I started going out and exploring. And then I met a lot of friends and I had a lot of military friends. And I was very naive and I used to think that, and this is embarrassing to say, but they would always be partying. Running. They would always be running. They were all Marines. They would be running and partying. And I'm like, how cool is that? You're getting paid to just party and run. I'm like, I want to do that.
and exercise. Yeah.
They were all fit, so I really didn't know much about the military. And then so I told them, I'm like, I want to join the military too. I want to be a Marine. And they're like, no, you should probably think, maybe go to the Army. You'll probably like that better. And so I was like, okay. And then I
Right.
just went to the recruiter's office and I signed up and I shipped out a few months later. So there was really no thought into it.
Awesome.
It was just
Awesome.
thinking, oh well, I'll stay fit and I'll be able to go out and have a good time, not
Hmm.
knowing anything really about
Okay. Okay. Cool. And that's what attracts you.
it.
That's what gets you going. What's one of your favorite jobs in the
Oh
army?
goodness. So after being in the military and learning what it was about and, um, gaining all those skills and stuff, I ended up, let's see, my favorite job I would have to say it was between being a drill sergeant and a master fitness trainer
That's it.
instructor. Yeah.
That's
So
it.
like, but I want to say, so
Drill sergeant. Drill sergeant.
yeah, when I was, so I gotta say it's a tie between those two jobs because, I really enjoyed, I love fitness. To this day, I still love fitness. But I really enjoyed traveling and teaching people how to build programs and train their soldiers and stuff. So, and then, I mean, I
Okay.
did the same thing while I was on the trail because, I was training them and
Right.
leading them. So it's a neck or a tie between those two, neck and neck.
Yes. And that's it. I think like, the drill sergeant for me, because you see those young civilians come in and then at the end of as they transfer through and, 9, 10 weeks later and you see them graduate, you're like, man, and just
Mhm.
encouraging them and pushing them the stuff they didn't know they could do, and I think the biggest thing is kind of like seeing their parents when they come to graduation and family day and like, walk
Yes.
past them like, is that my kid? Like,
Yeah.
what did y'all do? What did y'all do in 9 weeks that I couldn't do in 18 years? Like, it's just a little bit of
A lot of
encouragement.
yelling too.
What's one of your favorite army posts? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Army
Gotta
posts.
motivate them. What's one of your favorite
I
army
would have
posts
to
or duty
say
stations?
bomb holder, Germany. That was hands down my favorite,
Okay,
because we got
cool.
to again travel. The job was intense. It was very a high tempo type of job when I was there. I was working with it was a TDY mission and I was assigned with special forces. So like seeing them and
Okay,
being in their world was a lot different.
cool.
But very, like educating and challenging. And so, but it was cool. I really enjoyed that. And then you get to travel. So yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Good question here. What do you use today that helps you in everyday life that you have
Oh
gained
goodness.
by being in the military?
I guess resilience, how to be resilient. Like every time something went wrong when I was in the military, it's like, hey, you can't sit there
Okay.
and dwell on it. You can't sit there and just mope. You have to move on. So you have to
Yeah.
adapt. So I think, and then, so using that
Yeah.
in my real world life, like it's helped me overcome so many challenges when it comes to family or business or whatever. Like
Hmm.
just being adaptable and resilient, I would have to say is, yeah, the main things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Resilient. Bouncing back. You can't, you know,
Oh yeah.
like they say, stuff happen. I, I don't have a beat, but you have to bleep me out. Stuff happened, but you got to keep going.
Yes.
We got to get the job done. We got to accomplish the mission. Um, I, and one other question: any advice, encouragement, inspiration, motivation for soldiers and veterans that might be thinking about giving
I
up on
would
their dreams
say
and goals?
bottom line, just don't. Just keep going because you don't know what can come about. I guess I whenever there's an opportunity just to take it and not to doubt. There's gonna be doubt there, but that's the fun part. because it challenges you to, step out of your comfort zone and just do it, So like with this right here, I can't it's
Right.
hard for me to do
Right.
these things because I get stuck on what I want to say,
Uh-huh.
or I just like I get camera shy sometimes, and it's like, but you just got to put yourself out there and just take it
Yeah.
on, because you never know what can come out of it and who it's helping along the
Yeah.
way. So just to whatever opportunity comes to you, to
Right.
go for it. That's what I would say.
And same like with your business, I know it was probably some roadblocks, some stuff that came up. We kind of got frustrated and was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. So,
Well, I'm in
what
that
was some of the
situation
stuff,
now. I got
you
this
kind of
new
like kept pushing through with your
blend that I'm
business?
trying to push out, but it's like, funding is hard, because I do it all myself. And so it's like, okay, let me just close it down. But then it's like, no, like you got some real people out there that support you and that follow you and that purchase from you. And it's like, what am I doing? I was given this vision for a reason,
Hmm.
and these, they support me. So it's like, well, just keep going,
Right.
just keep going. And no, don't stop. So it's yeah, so it's just I don't know,
That's it.
just got to
Keep
keep moving forward. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Just gotta keep going. Everything come right. And I tell you,
Oh, yeah.
I have some of the great coffee here. I keep my stock. So, and I was just thinking today, I was like, man, if I had this coffee when I was deployed and when I was a first sergeant, I might have been a nicer guy. But
Mhm.
you know, and the same thing, when people were sending those care packages overseas, all those deployments, I'm like, man,
Yeah.
if we'd have had this coffee then, because the deployments, people drinking coffee 24/7. But keep going,
Right.
and that's it. The
Yes.
all the different little coffee companies,
Yeah.
everybody, they want stuff quick.
And
But
then
if
just
they
the
go
world
back
is
to the
so
old school
crazy
way
right
of
now
making
with
it at
prices
home,
and inflation. And
enjoying
so
that
like
cup
for
of
me
coffee
it's
in the
just
morning,
I
you
make
can't
your
beat it.
coffee at home so you can say I can save my money that way, because I literally go to Starbucks all the time, and I
Mm,
would spend almost $10 a day on a drink, and then sometimes I might go twice, sometimes three
mhm.
times, But when you make your coffee at home, it's like you know what's going in it. You're not spending all that extra money, so and you can have it whenever you want. So like
Yeah.
it's a win-win-win, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yay.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I thank you. I thank you for being my first guest and supporting and spotlighting veteran-owned small businesses.
Well,
And again,
again, my
just
name
tell
is
us your
Elizabeth
name,
Calderon,
your
and
business
it's MAGIA
name, and
Coffee, and
where,
it's
your website where people
MAGIAcoffee.com.
can purchase some of your great
Um,
coffee.
but And thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy, for doing this. And I'm proud of you. I'm freaking so excited for you. And like, you don't know how inspiring it is to like, I know your story, I know your mission, I know what you're trying to accomplish. So like, it's inspired me along the way too. So just and when every time I see your order come through, I'm like, oh, see, you're one of my main supporters too. So it's like when I see that come through, it helps me to keep going. So that's what people don't realize is that when somebody does support you or your business or whatever it is that you're doing, like it gives that person doing that mission just that strength to keep going. So
Okay.
like knowing what you stand for and what all this is standing for, it just
Right.
inspires me as well. So thank you. And I'm
Yes,
so happy for you. Yes, don't give up.
ma'am. Don't give up. Good, good. All righty.
Yeah, so well, first of all, shout out to
Upcoming
my
events,
family
any
and my
shout outs you're
husband because
doing? I know you
they're
walking the
always
red
right there,
carpet
and
and
they
doing all these
every time I have
movies and
something
all
going on,
that.
they're
You
right
want to
there
give a shout
supporting me
out
or
and
just
stuff?
leaving me alone so I can do it. But also Miss Lisa, she's also a veteran, and so she's a screenwriter and executive producer for her new movie. It's called My Crazy Family. She asked me to be in it, and so I also help with her social media and all that. And so, but yeah, the we're doing like a small theater tour right now, hitting this side of
Okay.
the East Coast side.
Okay.
I think next we're going up to
Wow.
Charlotte on August 17th, and then Atlanta September 19th. So, but yeah. So to all the My Crazy Family cast and crew, hey, proud of you guys. Hey.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I mean, kind of.
That's
We haven't
awesome.
launched it
That's
yet. I haven't
awesome.
released the flavor
You
or like the bag. Cause
you
so
said you
my
had a
so
new
my company is
flavor
known
brand
for
coming
like
out.
the
Is
theme
it
of the
still top
bags
secret or
and the art
okay?
that goes
Okay.
on it. And so
All
this one
right.
I can say that it's a little more modern, but it's a design that my daughter and I did ourselves, and I actually designed the bag myself this time. So I normally just put the idea, the concept together, and then I have this amazing artist, Julian, out in California, that he does work for me.
Okay.
But this time I'm like, you know what? Let's do this together. I'll design it and we'll get it out there. So I can say that. But hopefully, I'm shooting for August, the beginning of August, to release it then. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Cool. That's awesome. Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being my first guest on Hey Don't
Thank you,
Give Up
Jimmy. Thank you so
dot
much.
com, my YouTube
Yay.
channel, support and spotlight veteran
Bye.
owned small businesses. Thank you for your time today. Thank you.